Hello everyone! So in today's video I am decluttering my palettes. I have so many of them I feel like I'm not using a whole lot of them, so I wanted to declutter them. Plus I'm going to be going out of town and I know that my sisters don't have a whole lot of makeup. So I wanted to bring the ones I'm not using and give it to them. I wanted to pass along these palettes so that they can actually be used and get use out of them rather than just collecting dust in my stash. I'm also pre-filming, so I basically did a declutter of my brushes, all of my powders, blushes, bronzers, face powders, highlights, things like that. I will look exactly the same in all of them. So just ignore that. So let me know which one you want to see next. Like I said, I did already film all of those. So if you want to see, I did one video for my blushes, bronzers, highlights, that kind of thing. If you'd like to see that one next, or if you'd like to see my brushes next, then just let me know. If you guys are new, hey, my name's Liz. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, right there. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you guys are notified for all of my future videos. Also, don't mind my look right now. Looking a little rough because I'm packing to go out of town. So I just threw on a little bit of makeup and this is what you get. So if you guys want to see my palette declutter, then just keep watching. Okay, so I'm just going to start off on the top right here. This is the ALLURE Cosmetics. I'm going to say this wrong. This is the Reina del Caribe? I don't know. I don't have a cool accent, so I can't say it right. But I think this palette is gorgeous. It is just very summery and pretty, and the packaging of it I think is really, really pretty. So this is like a no-brainer for me. I'm definitely keeping this one. This is the ColourPop Weekend Warrior Amanda Steele palette. Just comes with 4 little eyeshadows like that. I don't use these, so I am going to pass those along. Same with these Studio Makeup On The Go palettes. I got these in a BOXYCHARM as well, and I don't ever reach for them. I don't use them. It's been a while since I've reached for them, so because of that I am going to get rid of these as well. This is the Tarte Miracles of Amazon palette. Again, another palette I just don't reach for. In fact, I've never used this, never swatched it, nothing. So I just don't feel like I need it in my collection. These purples, I'm not feeling. So I like the blush, but I've never used it just because I haven't really wanted to touch this palette a whole lot. So I'm going to pass this one along. This is the Tartelette Tease palette by Tarte. This just comes with 6 little eyeshadows. I do think that these are really, really pretty, although I don't use them, so I'm just going to pass them along. This is just a little Z palette thing with some MAC shadows, and I do really like these, so I am going to keep these. This is the NARS Narcissist palette. This is the loaded one, and I do really like this one. I enjoy the color scheme of it, so I'm going to keep this one. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar, and I just feel like this is a staple, so I am definitely going to be keeping this one. This is the ColourPop Element of Surprise palette. I got this in a BOXYCHARM, and I've used it that one video that one time, and I'm just not inspired by it at all. The colors weren't for me, so I'm going to go ahead and pass this one along. This is the Laura Geller Iconic New York collection. This is the Uptown Chic eyeshadows. And I really, really enjoy this one too. I feel like the colors are really pretty in here. You got like those mauve browns and some gold shimmer shades. And so I'm going to keep this one. This little thing, I took out the little thing that was inside here to hold those 4 eyeshadows for ColourPop. And these are NYX shadows. And then this one, I think that I got this in an Ipsy, and I don't even know what it is at this point. I never reach for these, so I am going to get rid of those. This is the Pure Soiree Diaries. We also got this in a BOXYCHARM. I've used it a couple times, accidentally hit my fingers in it, just really annoying. Because I don't ever reach for it, I am going to pass it along. This is the Lorac Pro palette. I believe this is the Lorac Pro 3. Yeah, this is the Pro 3. I love this palette. Actually, this was my very first high-end palette. So there's a little bit of like nostalgia that goes with it. So I'm definitely going to be keeping this one. This is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2 palette. Again, got this in a BOXYCHARM. I think I've swatched a shade or two, and that's basically it. It's just not my kind of colors, not really for me, so I am going to pass this one along. This is the ColourPop Dream Street Kathleen Lights palette, and another no-brainer. I'm definitely keeping this one. I haven't been using it as much, but I really want to start using it. I just think that it's so pretty. I love basically anything that Kathleen Lights does and she creates. I think that it's gorgeous, so I'm keeping this. This is a BOXYCHARM Pure palette. Again, I used this in a video and I didn't like it. Like at all, and I know a lot of people liked it, but it just wasn't a palette I would like, so I'm going to pass this one on. This is the Pixie It's Judy Time palette. I think this palette is super pretty. It's affordable. I don't reach for it, but I think that I'm going to keep it just for reference for my videos. For affordable palettes that are good, I think that I'm going to hold on to this one. This is the Loreal Unzipped eyeshadow palette. I think the colors in here are gorgeous. I really like them, but I don't reach for them. And I feel like I have these shades in a lot of other palettes. So I think I'm going to get rid of it. I'm just going to get rid of it. This is the BH Cosmetics Carly Bible palette. I like it. I don't ever reach for it anymore, so I'm going to pass it along. This is the ColourPop Fame palette, and of course I am keeping this. I did a video on this, and if you'd like to see it, I'll link it up in the cards up there. It's gorgeous. It's one of my all-time favorite palettes. Honestly, I use this so much. It doesn't really look like I do, but I promise you I do. I love this palette, so I'm keeping it. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye palette. Guys, I don't ever use this, which is really sad because it costs a lot of money. But I don't ever reach for it. I don't ever use it. It's just not for me. I like mattes and shimmers in my palette is what I've come to find out, and none of these colors are just what I want. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of it. This is the Winky Lux Kitten palette with BOXYCHARM. Yeah, I've never used this. I kind of forgot that I had it. I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is so pretty. I'm really intrigued by this color right here. I kind of want to touch it, but at the same time I don't, because I've literally never swatched any of these either. I think that I'm going to keep this because I want to play with that color. Is it dumb to keep a palette just because I want to play with just one color? But I'm going to anyways. This is the Juvia's The Saharan palette. I really like this palette, mostly because I don't have anything like this. This kind of color scheme with, you know, the really pretty whites and the orangey tones, the golds, the blue, just everything about it. I'm going to keep it, again, just because I really don't have anything like this. And then this is the Morphe by Kathleen Lights palette. This was a limited edition palette, so you can no longer get it. Again, I love everything that Kathleen does, so I will definitely be keeping this one. This is the Ulta Melissa Michelle XOXO palette. I've only swatched this, and I don't know why I bought it. I bought it because I saw Casey Holmes talking about it, and I was like, oh, that's really pretty. I'm gonna pick it up. And then I picked it up, and I've never used it. And I just don't see myself reaching for it, so I'm going to pass it along. This is the Tartelette Toasted palette by Tarte. And I think this palette is super gorgeous, especially if you're wanting just a good warm tone palette. I am going to keep it, and I just actually picked it up not too long ago, so definitely going to keep this one. This is the Tarte Sex Kitten palette. I haven't used this palette a whole lot. I want to continue to play with it. I think this like dark blue shade is really pretty, and I want to get into it more, so I'm going to keep this one. This is the Blink by BOXYCHARM. I've never used this. I've swatched it. I feel like I have these colors in other palettes, so I'm going to get rid of this. This is the ColourPop Perception palette by Shayla. I just got this in the mail yesterday, so I will definitely be keeping this guy. This is the Chloe Morello Ciate London collab. I also just got this one because it's on Sephora's website, discounted for like 24 bucks, I think. So I picked this one up. So obviously I'm keeping it. I think it's really, really pretty. The Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe. Obviously keeping this one. It's gorgeous. This is the Marc Jacobs Fantasine palette. I also did a video on this one. And again, I'll link it up above if you want to see it. I think it's gorgeous. This is the only Marc Jacobs palette I own. So I am obviously going to keep this. These three palettes from Anastasia, I have the Soft Glam, the Modern Renaissance, and the Prism palette. I'm going to keep all of these. I think that they're absolutely gorgeous. Anastasia's shadows just are amazing. They blend really, really well. I feel like I never had a bad makeup day when I wear these, so I am without a doubt going to be keeping those. This is the Saharan 2 by Juvia's. I wore this color in one of my videos the other day and I got a lot of compliments on it, so I'm definitely keeping this one. It's just so fun and the pan sizes of these are huge. So I am definitely going to be keeping this one. These three right here, these are my single shadows. These are all basically, I think all of these are ColourPop in here, and I absolutely love ColourPop's single eyeshadows. They're pigmented, they blend well, and I just enjoy them a lot. So I will be keeping those. These ones are a little bit of mix of Anastasia and Makeup Geek, and I also really, really enjoy these ones. So I am going to be keeping those. This one is just kind of like a random, kind of colorful, and a Makeup Geek blush, and then some random, I don't know how you say it, Etsy. So just some colorful shadows in here that I thought would be fun for any kind of videos that I may do. So I'm definitely going to be keeping this one. And then lastly, this is the BH Cosmetics Nouveau. I learned how to say it. The Nouveau Neutrals. At least I think that's how you say it. Palette, and I also did a video on this one, and I also really like it. You got some good blushes in there. The metallic shades are really, really nice. The matte shades are really nice. So overall, I just think this is a really gorgeous palette, so I'm going to keep this one. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this palette declutter. Thank you guys so much again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you next time.